Okay, so for today, right, we are actually going to do some automation setup for the tank right behind me. So without further ado, right, let's head over. So a couple of things that I want to share with you guys for this particular episode, right? I wanted to do something about this tank, and then this tank itself, I kind of want it to be a bit more upscale, like a bit more higher end kind of setup. So I want this tank, okay, honestly I'll just say that I'm actually pretty lazy reefer, that I don't really spend too much time doing all the testing, dosing and stuff at home, because as you guys may know that I'm doing this actually full time. So when I come home, right, I actually just want a tank where I can just relax, take a look at it, and make sure that everything is just fine. So I wanted to go automation with this tank, but then this is actually my first time going automation as well, so I have really no idea what to do. But then I've installed a couple of things. There's three things that we will be installing today. One is a auto top-up system. So we will be installing a ATO for this tank, and then at the same time we will be also installing a dosing pump, and also I will show you the dosing chamber that I'm using for the COVID tank build. So this entire video, right, can be done only because of our really awesome sponsor, Reef Market SG. So the things that we see today, right, is actually all by them. So all the automation stuff, right, is done by them. So bear with me, this is my first time actually setting up a auto dosing machine, so I'm not really that good at it myself. So without further ado, right, let me show you guys a couple of the other equipments that we have over here. Okay, so the first thing that we will show you guys, right, is the ATO system. The ATO system is pretty simple. It's actually an in-house brand done up by Reef Market themselves. So if I'm not wrong, it's called One Reef. It's a small little pump which basically has a 2 sensor thing that is connected to it, which it's currently installed in the sun right now. So this itself actually helps me to do all my auto top up for the tank. So once the water level drops, right, it helps me to top up with the reservoir there. So pretty interesting. It's pretty simple setup. I like this a lot. This is a pretty simple setup. But then I've always the issue that I have with this, right, is I always forget that I have an auto top up system. So every time when I change water or I actually took out too much water, right, I forgot to turn off the auto top up, which causes the drain to drop, and then after it triggers the alarm and then it keeps on popping in fresh water. But actually I'm actually doing a water change. So there's a couple of things that I need to remember myself whenever I do a water change or taking out water, right? It's to always remember to turn off the auto top up machine first. So the next thing that we will share with you guys, right, I'll just grab it right now. It's this over here. So this is a Coral box. It's a Wi-Fi dosing pump. So this is like a 4-channel dosing pump, which it's just nice. It's within my needs. So basically what I usually dose is the 3 foundation, your calcium, magnesium and alkalinity. And then for my last dosing chamber, right, what I usually do is I usually use that for NOPOX, because I actually do dose NOPOX very frequently in this tank, almost every single day. So it's kind of a bit annoying for me, because sometimes when I come back late and stuff like that, I tend to forget that. So this is why I decided to go with the 4-channel, the 4 chamber type, so that I can actually do my 3 main elements as well as for NOPOX. So I've not opened this yet, and this is actually my first time running a Wi-Fi dosing kind. So I have really no idea how good will it be, but then I've read some reviews online. There are a couple of other YouTubers that actually do recommend this. So this is something that I will actually unbox to you guys right now. But before that, let me show you the chamber that I am using, which is over here. So I got this. This is like the skim acrylic chamber. So they come in 2 different types. There is like the 3-chamber type, and then there's like the 4-chamber type, which the one that I'm currently getting here, right, is the 4-chamber type. Like what I mentioned earlier, I need the magnesium, alkalinity and calcium, as well as the last chamber for NOPOX. So this is why I got the 4 chamber type. And then the fun thing about this, right, because it's color coded, so you can actually color code everything here and there. So it's kind of really fun to actually do, which we will try to actually open everything up right now, and then I will show you guys from then on. Okay, so this is actually the side cabinet that I have beside the COVID tank. So this is where I actually going to install most of the other equipment right over here. So the auto top up is right below here in this little small chamber here. So this is where I keep the auto top up reservoir. And then next up, okay, let's open up this big boy first. So it's pretty nice. They actually give you like its own color tubing, which I actually did get a couple more extra tubing. And even though the box looks very big, right? But if you open it up inside, it's actually pretty compact, I would say. It's not a very big auto top-up chamber, which is pretty nice for this little setup here. So just bear with me because it's like also my first time opening this entire package and then like installing everything with you guys. So this is why like it's kind of really nice. As in, it looks good. I believe this is for the like to put on top where you can actually mount your little small auto top up your dosing machine up there. And then in here they have their own tubing, which is I like it. It's color coded, so it actually able to tell you all the different colors that is going into your tank. So which is kind of nice. I kind of like that touch for it. And then this is for the little small covers there. So okay, so the dosing chip box is actually right behind here. So you can actually see the little small dosing line where you can actually plug this in, and then it will just draw from inside. So I have really no idea how I'm going to install this for now, but then we'll see how it goes. I'm still trying to figure this out, but like it looks kind of good though. Like I'm actually liking it quite a lot. So we need to see whether is it going to fit well in our this area here or not. So okay, so let's give it a try. I'm actually going to put it somewhere here, like in this section. If not, I will just mount it in here. But as you guys can see, if I fit this in here, right, I cannot really put my the dosing pump anywhere else. So probably what I will do, right, I actually have like a little small slot here where I can put this in, where this can also act as my little top-up chamber here. And then after that, I can actually put the dosing pump somewhere else. But then let's open up the dosing pump, and then I will show you guys what is inside and everything from then on. So we have like with the test tubes, with instruction manuals, and then the most important thing right here is the pump. I will try to pull it out. It's kind of hard to pull it out though. They have like all the little. Oh, they even give an extra one, so in case like if one of it is faulty, you actually have an extra piece, I believe so. They have the main power supply, and there we go with the star of today, which is the dosing pump. It's kind of really nice though. Like it's pretty small. If you guys can see, it's pretty small, and it's not huge, and it actually fits nicely on top of the skim's the dosing holder, which it's going to be there. It actually can look very nice. You actually can like mount this on top here, right? And what happens is after that, you actually just put the dosing pump on top, which is really interesting. And then all you're going to do is just plug all this in, and you can actually get a really nice whole setup like this. So it's kind of interesting. So I've really not no idea how am I going to plug everything in for now, but we will see how it goes. But for now, let us install the little small pockets. I believe it goes this way onto this side. They have a little clip-on thing where you can actually hear the click sound. It clips onto the side. So let's move another one into place. The third one. And then the fourth one. So like, yeah, it's that simple. So they have their own tubing, which we will not use for now because like we have our really beautiful color tubing here. So I will probably use the color tubing instead of the normal plastic, the clear tubing that they have, which I want to mount this somewhere, like somewhere here or something along the way that I can actually do. But for now, it's actually a really nice setup. So yeah, okay, let's get this. I know that you need to calibrate this, so let me download the app for this, and then after that I will show you guys the calibration from then on, how to calibrate this guy, and we will work from then after that. Okay, so I'm actually currently calibrating the dosing pump right now. So it's actually pretty simple though, right? All you need is just like I actually cut out the one of the shorter tube, and then just grab some water and then the little test tube valve here. So what you're gonna do, right, is the app itself will actually give you this calibration part where it shows you can calibrate 1 ml or 10 ml. So all you're gonna do is to feed water in and then have water out, and then after that press onto the calibration 1 ml or 10 ml for the particular channel, and then after that the pump itself will actually pump up the water, and then at the end of it, right, they'll actually ask you for an actual value of this. So how much water actually comes in here, right? You just need to tell the app how much actual value is it, save it, and then after that you try to press calibrate again, right? It will actually fine tune it down. So I actually just done with channel 1, so it's pretty accurate though. Like after the second time, right, it actually actually feeds water to accurately at 10. So it's pretty amazing how they actually do it. But yeah, it's kind of really nice. So I will do channel 2 right now, and then because I'm actually using my phone to actually record this right now, so the app is on the phone, so I cannot really do like a small tutorial for you guys, but then I'll actually put it on the little window below to show you how the calibration is done while I do this section here as well. Okay, so like after the first calibration, right, it actually hits up to 10, so it's pretty accurate, but then I'm actually going to redo this one more time just to play safe, because previously, right, when it's the first time calibrating this, right, this thing actually sucks up air, so there is like a small buffer period of air time over there. So I'm actually going to pour this back in, and then after that I'm going to actually calibrate the channel 2 for the second time. So like, yeah, so you just keep on doing this until they hit 10. I'm trying to focus here for you guys, yeah, until every channel hits 10. So probably you just need to do like maybe like 2 times to 3 times for individual ones. So the first time you do, right, it's not going to be accurate because there's air in this tube. So the first initial pump you actually suck in quite a lot of air, and then subsequently the second one, right, it's actually pretty accurate, like maybe it's about 0.5 difference, and the third one is actually spot on at 10 already. So it's kind of really accurate how they actually calibrate. So I'm actually going to do the third one and the fourth one right now. So once it's all calibrated, right, then I'll actually hook everything up into the main sum over there. So yeah, so I'll just give you guys an update once I'm done with all the calibration. Okay, so like after almost an hour work, right, I actually managed to set it up. So this is how it overall looks on this. Okay, it's still kind of messy over here, but then I'll probably get like a door or something to cover this up. But then below here we actually have like this is the ATO chamber with the ATO pump inside that fits straight into the tank, and then over here we have the alkalinity, calcium, magnesium, and then the NOPOX over here. So the thing that I'm actually dosing for my 3 elements, right, is this bottles over here, which is KH. We have the magnesium and we have the calcium. So these are the three elements that is going into this individual chamber, as well as the nopox on the last. So this is Fauna Marine's the main foundation tree. So I kind of like it a lot, especially the cage, because the cage actually um, I kind of like this a lot because I don't really like the doors cage because it always like clouds up the tank and all this type of stuff. But this is actually really interesting. But okay, so it's all color coded, and then it comes over here, which this is like my little wire chamber, which is really messy though for now. So like this is the feed pump chamber, and then it goes all the way over here where the skimmer is, and then individual one into this really nice probe holder, and then it drips into the tank. So I haven't really calibrated everything yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour all this stuff into the tank, and then after that then we will start calibrating the dosing, and then how much to dose and everything into the tank. Yeah, so probably for me, right, my nopox every day is about 5 ml. This is quite pretty sure. And then after that, for KH, magnesium and calcium, right, I'm actually going in about for KH wise it's about 10, and then after that then calcium is about 10, and then for magnesium about 5. So I will need to stop dosing so much for KH right now because there's really nothing much in the tank that is actually consuming a lot of calcium, alkalinity and calcium. So probably I will hold this for now, and then probably just add a little bit of individual each, and then I will still need to test the water first once this auto dosing is set up, because like once they start dosing, right, I need to know how stable and then how much fluctuation there is compared to when I used to do manual dosing. I like to keep my KH in the tank about I try to keep about 8.5 for my KH, and then after that for my calcium I'm always trying to keep about 400 for this, but then this will probably go up a bit more because of all the clam and other stuff. And then for magnesium, right, it's kind of something like a buffer for me. So anything within the range of 1 to 80, yeah, I'm fine with that. And that nopox is fixed 5 ml a day. So yeah, so I will dial in everything into the app right now, and then it's pretty straightforward to use the app though. Basically just click it in, and then after that, right, you just need to set the amount of time that you want to do. You can either do it manually dosing, automatic dosing, and then you can actually schedule the pump over here to actually tell the pump like, okay, on every single day, right, how much you are going in. So there's a couple of features that you can actually do for this. There's a more in-depth version where they actually dose like really small amount every single hour, those type, and then throughout the day, right, it hits your total amount. Or you can actually like do like a one dump into the tank. So I always prefer the minimal dosing because I don't like too much fluctuation in tank. So like if you do manual dosing, right, manual dosing for, especially for ALT, if you do manual dosing, right, what happens is that you get this very high swing for that one short period, and then it starts to die down again. So like if you can do this like in a small, especially if you have a dosing pump right now, right, why not just go drip? So like you can actually drip it in so that your out swing will not be so crazy. Like you can always maintain like within like 8.2, 8.3, that kind of range, compared to like it drops down to like 7.9, and then you dose it straight back up to 8.5, that kind of swing. Some corals may take it, but if you're going like full SPS and all, right, I will not recommend you to do that for the alkalinity. So like for now, with a full dosing pump setup, I will probably go this really slowly, but then let me play with the app a bit more. I would try and see what I can do for then on with this couple of setups. I've actually set it right now, so I actually filled in all of the chamber here. So you can actually also put in the app itself how much you left in your solution. So when it actually runs low, right, it actually gives you like an alarm for all three of them. So what I can do, right, okay, there's like a two different feature. What I actually do is like there's a manual dosing one where basically you just press the amount that you want to dose. Like you can just put like maybe like 2 ml, 5 ml, they just press confirm, right, then it will just dose straight into the tank. And then they have like you can set it on auto mode, where basically what I do, auto mode, and then after that then set the amount that you want to put in every day, and then every day it will just dose this amount in for you. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting, pretty simple to use. It's kind of really fun. Hopefully with this setup right here, I am able to have a much more stable parameters into the tank. But we'll see how it goes. I will give you guys an update once we do with the water testing over here. Okay, so we actually come to the end of today's video on the setting up of all of the automation stuff for the COVID tank. So it's kind of a long video as well because this is actually my first time actually setting up every single thing here for dosing pump, the chamber, all the way to the auto top up setup over here. But still, if you guys have any other questions, you guys want to know about the dosing pump, the dosing chamber, the auto top up, right, feel free to leave a comment down below. Or same thing, you guys can always come to my Instagram page and then check me out with questions from then on. But all this will not happen, right, without the big thanks of Reef Market SG for actually supplying us with every single thing that you guys see right behind me. So big shout out to Reef Market for sponsoring us, everything over here. But same thing, same time, if you guys like whatever I've put up for you guys so far, hit that subscribe button below, like, share, and I will see you guys soon next week.